The following segment is sponsored by Patriot Gold Group. Did you know that gold has significantly outperformed the Dow Jones Industrial Average over the past 12 years? Our DC correspondent Roxanne Strook joins us today with information on investing in gold.
Gold and silver rates are constantly changing, but why keep track yourself when you can trust experts in the field to handle it all for you? This morning, we're joined once again by Jack Hanney, CEO of Patriot Gold. Welcome back. Great to see you, Jack.
It's very nice to see you. Thank you.
So what are forecasts for gold and silver after the election?
Well, gold right now is trading solidly above $2,700 an ounce. Goldman Sachs revised their forecast for Q4 of 2024 to $2,900 an ounce. Big banks like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Bloomberg, all are forecasting over $3,000 an ounce in 2025. Basically, regardless of who wins in November, gold wins. So gold is the clear winner going into 2025.
And what about Costco's gold sales? What are they saying about retail investment demand?
So the retail investment demand and the gold sales at Costco has absolutely exploded. Costco has stated that they've seen double-digit growth in their gold sales just over the last few months. And there's a limit of 5 1-ounce gold bars per customer. They sell out immediately. So retail investors are flocking to Costco to buy 1-ounce gold bars and to purchase gold to protect the purchasing power of their U.S. dollar.
So what about inflation? It's a hot topic. What is it looking like right now?
Well, if you look at inflation, as a matter of fact, if you look back at the 70s, inflation isn't like a tsunami, like just one big wave like we saw in 2022. Typically with inflation, there's 3 waves. So there's 2 waves of inflation that are still yet to come. And if you look at the grocery store prices, if you look at gas prices, what we're looking at is another 2 waves of inflation. And the most disconcerting thing is that inflation has been persistent, and we're in a time right now where the feds are cutting rates. Meanwhile, inflation is persistent, just like the 70s.
So we talked about inflation. What about national debt? That's also a big hot topic. What's the solution there?
Well, and that's the concern with inflation and with cutting rates. Our national debt is exceeding $36 trillion. And the interest payment on our debt alone exceeds $1.2 trillion, which is larger than what we spend on defense. This is why the feds can't keep rates as high as they are, because our debt is so high that the interest payment on our debt is now exceeding our spend at the Pentagon.
Important information as always, Jack. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me.